If you've ever felt rejected, you know that it can often be a hard pill to swallow, as the saying goes. But what might surprise you is that the feelings of heartache and loss that can often stem from rejection have a lot to do with brain chemistry. When you're rejected or go through a breakup, the levels of certain chemicals in your brain tend to drop off suddenly, which can often intensify feelings of sadness and loss. But Dr. Helen Fisher has some simple strategies people can use to train their brain to overcome rejection and move on more quickly.
Any kind of novelty drives up the dopamine. Let's say you've got somebody who you would like to fall in love with, but you're so obsessed with this other person. Any kind of novelty drives up the dopamine system in the brain and can push you over that threshold into falling in love. And I don't mean swinging from chandeliers. I mean taking a vacation in a different part of the world or a different part of the country or a different part of town. Picking up a new hobby like going to the theater or taking ballet lessons or going biking or whatever. And novelty is going to drive up the dopamine system and help you to fall in love. If you are beginning to like somebody, stay in touch with that person. And kissing somebody drives up the oxytocin system and reduces the cortisol, so you can feel a deeper sense of attachment and less stress. Certainly, making love to somebody is going to trigger a lot of brain systems that are good for you if you like the person that you're in love with. But the main thing is keep moving, go out, meet new people, do new things, don't sit down. And I tell you one thing, I think there's a big mistake that both men and women do. Women in the beginning talk a great deal about the rejection. And after a while, they're actually beginning to raise the ghost. At some point, you should begin to say to your friends, I better not talk about this anymore, because what I'm really doing when I do that is just re-traumatizing myself. And men don't talk enough about it. They hole up and watch TV, they drive too fast, they drink too much, and they express their depression in a different kind of way. They, I think, should begin to find somebody to talk more about it. What's interesting that we found in those people who've been rejected in love is, and those who have just fallen madly in love, happily in love, we found activity in parts of the reward system of the brain, the wanting system, that are linked with trying to figure out the gains and losses of this situation, particularly active regions when you have been rejected in love. The brain is naturally trying to figure out, what have I lost? What have I gained? How do I move forward? What can I learn? And so I really do think that talking therapy is a great way. The brain is built for this talking therapy to try and establish what I've gained, what I've lost, how to move on.
A lot of the trouble people sometimes experience after a breakup can be attributed to one thing. A brain in love may react much like a brain that's addicted to something, like alcohol or drugs.